All right, another successful mission.
You just look strangely uncomfortable. Can you ask the raptor for motivation, please? Okay.
She's very photogenic.
Nothing can stop us now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's Chip and Dale. How are you guys doing? Hello, Grogu.
Don't be shy. If you want to over.
Now, Universal Orlando Resort, Earl the Squirrel needs his own Christmas tree over here for the meet and greet. I think so. I think we're gonna make that happen. We'll put that.
4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Do you think the people on the moon ever look over and say, wow, it's a full spaceship Earth tonight? Well, welcome back to the sign welcoming you to Universal Orlando Resort.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Yes, Scooby! We're here at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort with the newly opened Kona. I don't remember what it's called. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday and welcome into another Ear to Ear Magic live stream. Coming to you live from the Walt Disney World Resort, actually here at Pop Century, where we are getting ready to run our very last summer 5K virtual with Run Disney, and we've got Michelle with us today. Here's Michelle.
Good morning.
And we've got Travis, and they are going to come along with me on the next 3.1 miles as we walk very fast, but we're gonna walk it. We're not gonna run.
I'm gonna run it.
So she's gonna run it. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna. Oh, we made it. So we're gonna go around Hourglass Lake today, and we hope that you guys can join us today as well. If you've signed up for the summer virtual series as well, and if you haven't run your last race, we're hoping as you're watching today that either you'll jump on the treadmill or maybe get outside and take a walk around the neighborhood and just take this as an opportunity, if not to do it with us, but to inspire you to do it later so that you can sit there and say, yes, I did my 5Ks as well for this summer, and you can earn those medals. So welcome in, guys. Glad you guys could join us. If you're watching with us either live or in replay, again, my name is Chris. I'm your Disney travel agent in the parks, be your camera operator for today's run. And we are also here to inspire our Magic crew to do things that they may not normally have done with Run Disney. So I think many years ago I told myself I could never do a Run Disney race. I'm not a runner. I'm just not a runner. Yeah. And now I have a problem. I'm now talking to Susan about I need to get a medal holder for all of the medals that I now have, and I have 4 that will be added to that list after today because I have not unboxed my my virtual medals from this summer just yet. So it's exciting to be able to do this journey with you guys. And this morning, not only are we live on YouTube, but we're also live on our Facebook group page for the Ear to Ear Magic support group for Run Disney. So if you guys are watching on Facebook, good morning, welcome in. We would love for you guys to join us if you're watching for the first time. Join us on, normally we are streaming from the parks every Monday through Friday from the Walt Disney World Resort and Universal Orlando Resort. So today's a little special to do this morning. So we would love for you guys to join us on our normally scheduled program. That's weird to say, normally scheduled program. But we've been doing this for 3 years, so I guess it is normally scheduled. Yeah. So if you're watching today and you're having some fun with our Magic crew, we'd love for you guys to be a part of that by taking a couple of seconds, hit that subscribe button, and join us as we have fun with people just like yourself who enjoy the parks and love to have some other people to enjoy it with. So welcome in, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing, for watching, for commenting, and for just supporting us here at Ear to Ear Magic as we grow as a group, but as we grow as a community as well. And I think that's extremely important. So this morning, I'll give you guys an idea of what we're going to be looking at. We are going to be making our 3.1 miles around Hourglass Lake. That is the body of water that's in between Pop and Art of Animation. This is kind of what it looks like, guys. We're going to be, you can see Hourglass Lake is there. It's not the perfect looking hourglass. It looks kind of weird. It's like something I would make in arts and crafts. It does look like something I would make. Like, pass the macaroni. But this is Hourglass Lake. It's about 1.3 miles around. So we are going to be going approximately 2.5 times around the lake this morning. You can see at the bottom is Pop Century, at the top is Art of Animation. So we're probably going to be starting at the bridge when we start off on the Pop side. Have a feeling we're going to end up somewhere on the Art of Animation side when we're done. So if you're ever coming to Disney and want to keep going with your training or your running, look to see if your hotel has a running trail like this. You can ask up at the front desk and they'll tell you exactly where it is. The running trails are good because they are the least amount of foot traffic that will allow you to be able to run without having to run into other people or have as much resistance, so to speak. So this is our running trail for today. And you guys ready to start making our way over there?
Yeah.
So look, our pool's not open this morning, so it's just like one piece of nice glass here over in the 60s at Pop Century. Good morning, everybody who's in the chat with us this morning. Good morning, Alicia. Joe says, hello, want to stay at Pop Century next time. Thanks for popping in this morning, Joe. Good morning, Carrie. How are you? Carol's with us this morning. Hello, Haley. And GFAT Jake says, I'm on my way to Disney World. Come on, there's always room for 1,000. So, good morning, Haley. Rena, good morning. Welcome in. Haley wants to know, where's Owen? Owen's in Dream World. It's Saturday morning, which is, I think it's by law required that all teenagers are not allowed to wake up before noon on Saturdays. Yeah, I wish. I don't think, did they even have those anymore?
I don't know.
I can't remember the last time. I always remember waking up and watching cartoons until the fishing shows came on.
Yeah.
Either that or golf. When the golfers showed up or the fishermen showed up, I knew the cartoons were over. So, good morning, Cindy. How are you? Gary's watching from Philly today. And if you guys are watching from our Facebook group, welcome in, guys. Good to have you with us this morning. And if you are a Disney runner and like to do things with Run Disney and would like to be a part of that, go check us out over on Facebook. We have our Ear to Ear Magic Run Disney Support Facebook group. And it's a good place to go in, be supportive of others, get some support from others. We're going to put information in there that's relevant to Run Disney. And it's a great place to just come in and hear the Run Disney news and get some reminders of here and there. Talk about your training for upcoming races. This has helped. I'm one of our moderators slash, what's the word I'm looking for? Actually, the people who make it happen. Calvin is over helping us out on the Facebook group. Calvin would have been here with us this morning, but has a huge project coming up next week and had to inform me yesterday that he would love to have been a part of our stream this morning, but he has to work today and tomorrow. So everybody, a little extra thoughts for Calvin today. Hopefully it goes well this weekend. I think we've all been there where we've had to work on a weekend like that. Yeah. So who knows? He may pop in and say hello at some time. And we have been doing this all summer long. We have 3 races that we have been a part of. Today's race is the Runaway Railway. All of the Mickey races we've run this summer, sort of like Mickey through the years. It's for the Disney 100. So The first one was Steamboat Willie. Second one was Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia. And then we're going to be today Runaway Railway. So if you've run all 3 races, then you get a 4th medal if you sign up for the challenge. So it's 4 medals in the end, plus a trading pin. So it's pretty cool. All right, so again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start off right about here. We're going to make our way. Should we say, I think we're going to go counterclockwise. Okay. I think we should always go against the grain. I think we should always, let's go this way. And I'm gonna share something. I'm gonna show you how vulnerable I'm gonna be this morning. I have never been over here. I have never walked over here. I have been coming to Disney World for, I don't know, decades. I have never stepped on that ground over there because, you know, the hotels are on this side and Skyliner's on that side. So today is sort of like brand new ground. That doesn't seem like much. Like I've been there. It's like if you had a map system that showed where you've been. You know, have you ever been on those maps where when you drive over certain places it turns a different color? We're gonna that's gonna change a different color for me today. So I'm kind of excited about that. So, all right. So I've got my running app over here. We're gonna start and we're gonna go until we hit 3.1 miles. So you guys can come along and join us this morning as well. Good morning, Vicky.
Hi.
Vicky's with us this morning live. It must be Saturday. You don't even have to wait till lunch. That's pretty cool. Hello, Forever Young. Welcome in, KM Shep. Grace, happy Saturday. How are you? Oh, you wanna? Okay. Good morning, Jen. Welcome in, Sam. Chris is with us this morning. Morning, Jasper. All right, I know it's hard. RunDisney, Runaway, Railway. Now here's a problem. I've never shied away from the fact that I have a speech impediment. I've always had that as a child. It was a really bad, especially when it's always with the letter R's and W's. So when you sit there and you tell me I have to say RunDisney, Runaway, Railway, that's unfair. It's just unfair. So, especially Runaway. So, all right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
All right, let's just do it.
Go.
And start. And go. We're off. So here's the thing about RunDisney, guys. A lot of people maybe have the misconception that when you run Disney that you have to run, like flat out just run. And that's not necessarily the case. Everybody has their own pace. So you find your pace, you have your own goals and your own things you shoot for. So you don't have to overdo it. Oh, there we go. You're a Disney fan for life is watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse right now. That's right, Tony. Good morning. We will go where Chris has never been before. Oh, man. Wait, Grace, that's not fair. Grace is going to run and get coffee. Yeah. If you drink too much coffee, you'll be running later. So, good morning, WWE fan. I'll have to figure. I had a problem when we come in the pop this morning. All I could smell was the Mickey waffles.
Oh, that's bad.
Did you smell them? I was like, oh, you know they're baking them all over there. So, it was that was pretty rough. Good morning, running warrior Sarah. It is a beautiful morning here. We're gonna have, I think our high is somewhere in the high 80s, low 90s today, like it has been normally. And I don't think we're gonna have any rain forecasted for this morning. So this is a good morning to get out and get going. I'm curious to see if we encounter any other runners as we come around. So, Tony still has his bingo card from July's run at Fort Wilderness. He's looking for a bobcat.
Hey, Tony, you can check that up. I saw one last night.
Oh, there we go. Michelle says she saw a bobcat.
We were leaving Hollywood Studios and it was one across the bridge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you saw
I don't think I've ever seen a bobcat here.
Yeah,
Well, I have, but that was my score on Toy Story Mania, so a little different.
Hey,
Sam's like, can you point out scavenger hunt items if you pass them?
Hey! Who's that stranger?
Are you flipping kidding me?
you wouldn't celebrate without me, would you?
You have got to be kidding me, dude. Oh my gosh. What are you doing here?
Celebrating.
I just gave them an excuse.
I know.
I just gave them an excuse. Well, we're going to keep going. So, all right. Well, I guess,
Morning.
I don't know what to say.
Morning, crew.
Dude's running by, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's got a blue shirt. This is Magic Crew. Wait, who is that? Dude. So, what happened to your meeting?
There was no meeting. I just needed an excuse why I wasn't going to be on stream.
Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for you last night.
Thank you for feeling bad for me.
I was
last night. Don't feel bad for me.
So I'm on with this guy last night. We're chatting back and forth in text, and he's like, no, I've got this meeting. We're going to be working all morning. And I'm like, dude, I remember those days. And I was like, I could just feel it in the pit of my stomach. I was like, dude, that's going to be terrible. And this is awesome. Well, welcome in, Calvin.
Thanks. Glad to be
Dude,
here.
even got the shirt on now. This is what we have here, guys. This is a group of people who they are always pushing me. They're always encouraging me, and they're always inspiring me to do stuff like this. And I hope that when you come in, if you need people to do that, this is a group to do it. I'll tell you what, Michelle and Mike showed up at Baseline Tap House over 2 years ago after jumping off the Skyliner. And here it is over 2 years later, we're over here doing a 5K.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Travis over here has, I got to keep everybody in here. Travis, everything's backwards. Travis has never done a RunDisney race
Nope.
before coming into our group. And not only is this your third 5K, he's earned his medals. He will be in his first in-person race in November. So, and Calvin
Hi, crew.
was the reason that I did 19.3 miles
Yes.
this spring with the springtime surprise, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do, especially after doing all of the first two races and then a 10-miler. And now we're set to do it again, even more so with my first half marathon in November.
So I shouldn't point out that November will actually be about 22 point something miles.
Please don't.
Okay.
Please don't. Not yet. Not yet. Too early. Too early. But this coming Tuesday, guys, if you are a Disney runner or if you want to be a Disney runner, upcoming Tuesday, we're opening up registrations for next year's Springtime Surprise.
10 o'clock Tuesday morning.
So we will keep you guys on our Facebook group in the know. We'll keep you guys over on our YouTube page in the mix. So Tuesday, if I'm live at that time Tuesday morning, we want everybody to come in, let us know how it's going for them, and we'll celebrate those who are wanting to sign up and who can do it. So that's what this group is about, making sure that we support each other and we can do things we've never done before that we might not have done by ourselves. And just like got a runner over there. It's a great way to do it. Now, what they don't know is I set up this luggage cart over here for them
We're
to
not
push
carrying
me.
you around in a luggage cart.
No, I was gonna you could just push me around the rest of the way. So, hello, good morning. It's like a parade. Whew. So I feel bad. I'm gonna get behind you guys. You guys keep the pace. I feel like I can't talk to you guys if you're behind me. You're like Owen. You're kind of hiding. So Now, who else? David D. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in, Rachel. Good to see you. And how is everything looking this morning, guys? Are we in 1080? Looking good. It's pretty clear pathway here for this morning too, so that looks awesome. It really is, animals. A good crew is the best motivation. And whereas live streams are fun, coming to the parks are fun, it is really just a side effect of having a group of people that you can be a part of, and no one has to do it alone. So no matter which area of the world you're in, being a part of the Magic Crew means we can be a part of your world and you can be a part of ours. So it's pretty awesome. Get that? Did you get that segue there?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I always look for an opportunity
Why did
there.
I come down?
I'm not really sure.
Oh,
I'm still trying to answer that question in my head. Good morning, Go Tigers.
Michelle, y'all have been down all week, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
When are you guys heading home?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So you're taking valuable park time to do this.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm kind of blown away by
I'm
that.
behind on my training, so this will help.
We got you covered for
So for November, are you you're with us in person this year?
Yes.
Last year you did a virtual. We did our first in-person live stream on the channel for the Wine and Dine last year. We had a whole group who actually ran with us on the course, but we had 3 people who signed up to do the virtual 5K, and you were one of them. Where did you actually run your virtual?
We were stayed at French Quarter that year.
And so
Where I ran.
you were unable to actually sign up for the races because they sold out.
Yeah.
So you still came down and you still ran at French Quarter as we were running around Epcot. So still making it happen.
Did Gabriel leave you at the finish line the way he left?
Oh, he
last
left everybody.
Okay.
Gabe left everybody. I've got video. I got video of it. Chrissy says, I love Art of Animation. It's the only resort I've stayed at so far. It's a great resort, Christy. One of the reasons we do resort tours is so we can give you guys some ideas for some additional places to stay, so that you can have a good variety as well. So let's see, I'm curious to see where we're going to hit the half mile. We're probably going to hit the half mile right about where the bridge is.
Right about the bridge.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So, Chris, you were talking about registration for Springtime Surprise on Tuesday. That's also a good opportunity to remind folks that don't wait until that race registration to see if you get in to put a spot in for a room for next year.
I always forget about that. Thank you.
I'm assuming next year's open. I know Disney changed the rules, so
it is. Yeah, we can actually get you a room reservation now. And this is the way it works, because Susan and I are Travelmation travel agents. One of the benefits of having a travel agent, guys, is that we can put a hold on a reservation for a room. In other words, if there's a room at a certain resort at a certain time that you guys like, but you need a little additional time to either make the deposit or make a decision, as a travel agent, we can actually put that aside so that no one else can grab it for up to 3 business days with no deposit whatsoever. After the 3 business days, it either goes back in the inventory, no repercussions, no negative things happen, it just goes right back in, or you can put your deposit down and it continues to be yours and you make and solidify your reservation. So at this point on Tuesday, if you guys think you're signing up for this year's or next year's springtime surprise, we recommend that you guys send us an email. Let us find a room at the resort you would like to stay at before all the other runners start making their reservations on Tuesday, and then start grabbing your room out from underneath you. It does happen. So, and it doesn't cost anything for us to do this service. We don't charge any service fees to be travel agents. So why not make sure that your room is set? And as always, if you don't make the registration, it doesn't come through, then your hold on your room here it just ends. So no negative consequences for doing it that way. So if you guys are running or planning on running for the springtime surprise, send us an email. let us know. Tell us where you would like to stay, and we'll put a room on hold. The great thing is, if you make your registration Tuesday morning, your race is secured. All you simply have to do is reach out to us, put the deposit down on your existing hold, and you are good to go. So,
and we have the theming a little bit more understood for the Springtime Surprise. So if you're a Tinkerbell fan or a Up fan with Doug and everybody, or
I have just made this medal and I love it.
or if you're a Hakuna Matata Lion King, that's the 10 miler this year, or if you're that little blue Vandal, friend Stitch's fan, then you can also do the challenge, because
Dude,
Stitch is sponsoring the challenge.
I'm excited about a Stitch medal.
I think you're not going to be the only one excited about a Stitch medal.
Yeah, I cannot. And Calvin, as soon as he heard, I was actually streaming when the lineup was announced, and Calvin was already, there's a Stitch. I'm like, you're mean. He's like, it's gonna happen. No, that's just wrong. So I will find a way to sign up myself. Hopefully we'll be able to do so Tuesday, so that we can do that again like we did last year, or this year's races. All right, we are at 0.6. So. Yep. All right, we're good. So, Michelle, have you done an in-person race with RunDisney?
No.
Okay. Are you excited about the first one for November?
Good.
So, what questions do you have in the back of your mind? Because I know that first one is always a little nerve-wracking.
I'm nervous, but I should not be nervous because I know it's going to be okay. It'll be fine.
I ran my first 2 races completely by myself. I had no one to, throw me advice. I wasn't, I didn't have anybody to like text and go, is this the right spot, or what time should I get up? And I tell you, I was a nervous wreck. We were actually staying at Flamingo Crossing. So I had to get an Uber to drop me off at the Magic Kingdom and at the TTC. And I walked over from the TTC all the way to the Rapunzel lot. And that's where I ran my first 10K. That was the starting line, because it used to have starting lines were over in Magic Kingdom. And we finished up at Epcot. I was so scared that I was going to be late for my start, or that the balloon ladies were going to grab me, throw me to the ground, and step on my face.
Step on you.
I didn't know. I'd never met them before. From everything we'd gotten, they were pretty rough. So, good morning. Good morning. Whew. You want to take us around a few more times?
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, I kind of did a ooh moment when you mentioned you were at Flamingo Crossing. That's, honestly, one of the benefits of RunDisney, and it's something you don't get at other races you may run, in your local community. By staying on Disney property, you actually get transportation
to the race.
Start line and finish.
Back home.
So you don't have to worry about that. Getting the Uber, am I going to be able to park?
I had to pay for an Uber there, and I had to pay for an Uber back.
Right.
So it's an additional cost. It was an
time.
additional time,
Even let you park
and I had to walk
Yep.
a lot farther at the end, or even before I got started, to make it happen. So it's something that definitely to take into consideration. Hey, it's Fanatics Holly. It's Holly. Good morning, Holly. How are you? Thank you so much, Christy. On our left, it's Captain America. All right, Chris has a question. Do we get lunch with RunDisney? If you make it to lunchtime, you might need to increase your pace a little bit. When you start your races at 5 o'clock in the morning, you want to be done before breakfast. But
It depends on your distance. The marathon finishes around lunchtime for us slow folks.
yeah, I haven't experienced that yet. That's scary. Hey, can I get a pause for lunch? We got a poll over here. It says we're going to It's a flame tree
Ooh, now
barbecue.
there's an idea. Marathon, and we run a poll as to what booth you'll stop at as we go through Epcot on the finish. I'm loving where this is going.
All right, you realize that if we stream something like that, I am not putting it in the chat. I'm not chatting. It will be I will put on a harness. And there's no way I'm carrying Gus 26 miles. So, but Chris, is a good question though. You get lunch with Run Disney, no, but you get a really cool snack box at the end. And neither Michelle nor Travis has ever gotten that feeling of that little cardboard box with the nachos and the nacho cheese and a banana. And I think my favorite thing they've been putting in there lately have been these little waffles. These power waffles.
Yep.
They're gluten-free, by the way, which means I now have to either secure an extra one or not eat mine to give it to Susan, because Susan has acquired a taste for them. So they're really good. Oh my gosh, have you guys ever seen this place? I've never even been here. This is my first time ever walking on this right here.
This will be Mike's first 5K. He's doing it with me too.
Perfect.
Oh, is he running? He's running too on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about this morning. I'm like, he's at the pool.
No.
Not even officially at the pool. He's just kind of like hanging out watching the water.
Probably packing.
So both of you guys are going to be going with us on the 5K in November. Awesome. And if you guys are watching, if you've signed up for the 5K for November's Wine and Dine, and you're not associated with another group and you'd like to not be by yourself as you hit the course, we would love to have you guys be a part of our group. Come on in, and we will be getting you guys more information later about kind of putting you officially on the lookout list. And we will be having meetups throughout the weekend where the crew can get together and take some time together. And for anyone who is either taking the challenge or has signed up for the after race post party at Epcot that Sunday night, we're going to try to get together and make a time out of that as well. So
Yeah, I was going to say that to the question, does Disney provide lunch? They don't provide lunch, but the one race they do provide food is if you run the half marathon for Wine and Dine in the past, and I'm assuming the same is true this year. Not only do you get access to a post-race party at Epcot, but you also get a gift card that you can use for snacks. So technically, Disney bought lunch.
Oh, that's true.
Although you're just having it at 9 o'clock.
It's at night. Not. So I'm gonna get a gift card to go snack around the world.
Yep.
At Food and Wine.
Yes.
Pickle shake.
It is a recovery drink.
It is. It is true. It is. Ahoy, ahoy, Fanatics Blog. How are you? Good morning, my friend. Good to see you, Randy and Heidi. Who else is actually walking or running with us this morning, wherever you guys are at? Good morning, George. How are you feeling, my friend? I hope you're doing much better. Loving the 3D printing that George has been doing lately.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to be showing some more larger and amazing things. All right, George, I'm going to need a full-size Cinderella castle. So I'll get with you about that. Susan says those gluten-free waffles, the little waffle cake things, are the bomb diggity. So one of these days I'll have to get her to join us on a 5K so she can get her own. George says it's doing much better. That's awesome, George. Gallery Man is walking with us from Long Island. Sweet. Rachel's doing rounds in her house this morning. Awesome to hear, guys.
Yeah, I want to check and see. We had another virtual series that Disney put out there. I don't know if it's sold out or not.
The one for the Christmas?
Yeah, I was going to check and see.
The 12Ks of Christmas? It's 3 4Ks. I'm not even sure how you measure a 4K.
Yeah.
That's such an odd, that was done just for the sake of the number of it.
You do a 3K and then one more K.
Yeah, but Ks, that's like, we don't do well with Ks. I have a hard problem with Ks.
All right, let's see here. Virtual. 12 Ks of Christmas. It is still available.
Sweet. I have not signed up for that just yet, but I will tell you guys, as a group, as a community, Whether or not I officially sign up for the 12 Ks of Christmas, my plans are that we're going to do the same thing we did with the summer virtual series. We want to encourage you guys. We want to make sure that we will never ask you to do something we wouldn't want to do ourselves. So like I said, whether I officially sign up or not, I will set up live streams in December, and we'll do our 4Ks together as well if you guys would like to.
And those are great little prep races for anybody looking at January, especially if you're doing the longer distance races in January. Those are great little prep distances to kind of get ready.
Dopey.
Dopey.
I remember the first time someone told me they were going to do the Dopey. Actually, it was the guy I worked with. He came up to me and goes, yeah, I'll be taking off the first week in January. I'm going down to Disney World. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to do the Dopey. I'm like, going to do what? 7 Doors Mine Train? What? I mean, I've never seen anybody take a trip just for one ride, but okay. Morning, Charles. It is a nice morning. It's a beautiful morning. Got some easy listening, sweet sounds of the 70s playing on our 8-track.
Now, kids, for those of you that are wondering what an 8-track is, they were smaller than that, but not by much.
not by. And they were fun to play in the cars, though, because you got the ka-chunk inside the console, which was really fun to do. It's not nearly as much fun pulling up digital music.
I wonder how 8-tracks would survive in the Florida heat, though. And
they would melt.
That's what I'm thinking. That's actual tape.
That's awesome. Is it Yalen or Yalen? Morning, everyone from Brazil. Welcome in. I'm going to be going to Disney World in December for the first time. Super excited. That's awesome. Well, we stream here on our YouTube channel from the parks every Monday through Friday. So when you're here in December, if you see me walking around streaming, come on over and say hello. We'd love to see you in the parks. Mike says that 8-track looks familiar. Did you have that one, Mike? Was that your favorite one? Easy listening.
We're by that building. That's where we're staying.
So I was, this reminds me of something, Mike. I something hit me the other day, and you guys tell me if I'm off on this, but it used to be back in the day, there were a lot of like couples who had artists, like Sonny and Cher, the Carpenters,
Captain and Tennille.
Captain and Tennille. I thought that was a form. I thought that was like a thing of apparel or something. But they don't really. I don't hear that a lot anymore. That's like that used to be a thing, and they would always sing love songs to one another, and they were always like, oh, they're so cute together, and.
But Chris, didn't most of them end up breaking up?
Yeah, but that's not the point.
That may be the trend. People may realize, you know what? Maybe this is a bad idea.
There's people watching this now going, who's Sonny? Who's Sonny?
Watch out for that.
But they don't really do that. So I don't. Maybe it's not the. Maybe I'm just don't know who they are. But you don't see a lot of married artists anymore. We don't have a lot of easy listening either. Maybe it's on the easy listening station, and I'm just not listening to that one. But it kind of hit me the other day. I was like, oh, you don't really hear that anymore. Good morning, Walt. How you doing today? Guys, Walt this past week got really creative and sent me some piece of artwork that was really nice. And I'm going to have to find a way that we can incorporate it into what we're doing. But it was really cool. Hopefully I can share it with you guys next week. So, good morning, Dave. How are you doing today? We are 1.2 miles. Almost 1.3. Wow. So our trail map says that it's 1.3 miles around. And we are at 1.28 is what it's showing.
What I've got.
So it's pretty dead on.
Yeah.
And now we're having to see a lot more guests come up, getting ready to head up. Hello, good morning. Whew, we're lost. We've been around this lake twice now. Still can't figure out where we're going.
I will say there's more shade than I expected this morning.
Yeah.
I'm glad of the clouds.
Yes.
It could be, and this is another reason why it's good to get started first thing in the morning. Oh, Tony, how about when a song was spread out over 2 tracks and the song faded out and then faded back in on the next track?
Or you had to flip the record over.
Yeah. Okay, now kids, a track.
Today's word.
It's like Tom Petty had an album, Full Moon Fever, and it actually had a little sub-track on it like, okay, folks, this is the point where if you're listening on record or cassette, you have to get up and turn it over. So we're going to pause right now. And
A little fourth wall.
Yeah.
It broke the fourth wall.
Broke the fourth wall. I think that was only on the CD.
That is awesome. I was gonna say, I think I've shared this story before, but there was a, I know you guys are gonna be shocked, but I used to listen to a little bit of Weird Al Yankovic, and yeah, so there was a Weird Al Yankovic CD that I had purchased, and it was a Sunday or Saturday afternoon. I was in my room. I was listening to it. I had on my headphones and my new stereo. I had a stereo my father had given me. It's my first stereo set. It was one of my first CDs I had owned. My very first CD ever was actually the live music and concert of Phil Collins. But I think one of the second or third CDs was this Weird Al Yankovic CD. So I'm listening to it with the headphones, laying on my bed. I fell asleep. A mistake.
Yeah.
Because on this Weird Al CD, you got to the last song, and this was a trick that it was new to CDs because they could put more stuff on them. You couldn't do this with records or cassettes. The song played, it played out, and it went to silence. And there was approximately about 16 minutes of silence. Track was still going. And then there was about 20 seconds of Weird Al screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs with drums and noises and horns all playing. So it had gone silent. I had fallen asleep, and then all of a sudden, wah! Wah! I jumped off that bed. No clue where I was, when I was, what was going on. I felt like I was being attacked. And I don't know, Weird Al will probably never hear this, but you got me. I don't know if you got anybody else back in the 90s, but Weird Al, you got me.
Producing that for the end of the Haunted Mansion after the refurb.
Oh, man.
Forget the Hatbox Ghost. We're just going to scare you with Weird Al.
All right.
Oh, David D says we're up to 300 likes on today's stream. Thank you guys for taking a couple of seconds and hitting the thumbs up button. I know this is not your normal content you get from Disney. We're not riding pirates, and we may not be watching Mickey Mouse go by in a parade. But I hope that there's someone who's watching today who is either new to Run Disney or has never heard of it and would like to know more information. And by hitting that thumbs up button, you help us get that word out. So thank you guys for that. Forever Young is just hitting mile 2.
Nice, good job.
13 minutes.
Now, Forever Young, I think they've been with us all along through this. I think they did virtuals for this for the first 2, Chris, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah.
And we've got several people who have actually been doing their 5Ks this summer. So, I think it's worth it all just to have a space where we can do just that. And to think that several years ago I ran my first 10K, which I don't know why in the world it dawned on me that my first race was going to be a 10K. But you guys know me, I'm never one for making sense in my decisions. But you know, to do that by myself, now to think that anytime we run these races, we've got some people doing it with us wherever they're at, so it's really cool. So keep it going, Forever Young. Jen Peck's hanging out for my run coffee. So
Nothing wrong with that.
Skipper Bob Breakdown. How you doing, Kongaloosh? I heard Weird Al Yankovic in the ether and it drew me here.
What? It's turbans full. That must be good.
Skipper Bob says, I have that album. I think. You know, it doesn't always work and trick anybody anymore, because nowadays, when anything goes to silent, you just go ahead and hit fast forward, or, you know, you switch to something else. But
Yeah.
good morning, Barbara. How are you doing today? So is there anybody watching who is planning on signing up for Springtime Surprise for next year?
No.
No. Travis is like, no? No 19.3 miles? Just a 10 miler.
No.
No?
Hey, Mike, if you're listening, I'm going to do the 10K. Come on.
There we go, Mike. I think this is what you need to do, Mike. You're going to have so much fun doing the 5K this November. You need to go ahead and sign up for a 10K. Don't wait until after you do your 5 and realize how much fun it is and you want to do it again.
So, you know, sometimes people need that little motivation, right? They set that big audacious goal and they've got to have something to move to. That, I mean, I'm very much one of those people. If I don't have a race on my calendar, if I don't have something I'm training for, I tend to back off my training a little bit. I tend to get a little lazy with it. So by having something out there on the calendar, it can be a motivational factor in and of itself.
It is, in fact, what we call that countdown effect. It's something to look forward to, something to hope for, and it's something to strive for. So,
and honestly, if you do the training, if you do the work leading into the race, you know, we've got training plans out as part of our Facebook group that are just some suggestions, some guides on how to get ready. You do those things. You don't have to follow them perfectly, but if you're close, you're going to be in a situation where you can come down here and know that you're going to be able to finish that race. You don't have that stress. You're able to just enjoy the experience. Yeah.
Gallery Man says 2 miles from me, and I'll be signing up for some races. Helen said my hubby had that one from Weird Al, and it scared him too. Wait, Mike. Mike says, don't we do a 10K every time we go to a park? Yes, you do. And you don't even get a cool little waffle treat or a banana
Or a medal.
At
least not for free.
So
I think point out the special vehicle over here.
So I have never seen this in action, and I don't know if it's ever actually been used.
I don't want to see it in action.
Part of me would not be disappointed if it happened to me.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of it being in action. Let's put it that way.
This platform over here, this floating, is it a pontoon?
Yeah, I think so.
With an upper level and a staircase on it. This is here just in case they have to do an evacuation of the Skyliner here at Hourglass Lake. It is here just for that effect. And like I said, in the many years we've had the Skyliner here, I don't think it's ever actually been used other than just what's required for training and making sure the maintenance is up on it. So I'm going to slip back here and keep going, but show you guys the pontoon. It is there just to drive out to the lake, because this is probably, I would guess, the lowest point of the Skyliner to the ground, over across all of the lines. So if there is a major malfunction on the Skyliner and this line goes down, if they have to evacuate you, they will do it with taking that pontoon out, and you will have to climb out of the gondola onto the platform and then go down. So good morning, Kyle. Welcome in. Running Warrior Sarah's going to be signing up for the Springtime Surprise. Awesome, Sarah. Hopefully on Tuesday, when we're running around, I think Tuesday next week, we probably will be doing a resort tour. Hopefully you can come in and tell us the good news of when you make it. So, I mean, yeah, here's the thing. If you can do some walking, you don't have to necessarily run. Unless, of course, you run with Calvin. Then he will make you run a lot. But you can do these 5Ks and 10Ks just by keeping up a faster pace. So, yeah, this is your third 5K. He's got it. So, I'm glad you signed up for this summer virtual series, man, because now I hope it boosts your confidence, because when you get there in November, dude, you got it. You so got it. So Chrissy's World, were you able to park at Pop, or did you take a Skyliner or a bus? The best way to do this, if you're not staying on property, if you want to go to a resort for resort hopping or for whatever purpose, because it's early in the morning, you cannot go to Disney Springs and take a bus over, because Disney Springs doesn't start opening until about 10. Like Travis, he just parked over at Hollywood Studios. Take the Skyliner over. That's a nice little trip over. So, because if not, then they won't let you in the park, or they won't let you in the resort. So, scenic walkthrough. This is a very nice scenic walkthrough. Good morning. Good morning. I need info.
That you cannot just say, "Hey, I want to come and have breakfast at Pop Century Dining Hall and get on property." I can confirm.
You can confirm that. And you know why they have to do that?
Oh, sure.
And the main reason is there, for many years, people would park over at the resorts and then take a bus over so they wouldn't have to pay for the parking fee. That's why we can't have nice things. No. And Disney's like, nope, you got to pay that parking fee. So, good morning, guys. If you're just popping in, we are just 39 minutes into our 5K this morning. We are at 1.9 miles of our 3.1. So looking good this morning. The sun is not too bad. And how are you guys feeling?
Good.
Hydrating? Do you need some water? I might need to take my bag off and grab my water out. That is water, right?
Yes.
All right. Do we need to check that?
I've been drinking straight vodka all morning, Chris. Vodka and Red Bull. Let's go.
Well, you know, I've heard people say that, you know, if you have vodka in the house, you should always keep it in the freezer.
We did, yeah.
So that when your teenagers try to drink out of it and refill it with water, you can tell because it freezes over.
Oh, well, I thought you were just supposed to keep the vodka cold. I didn't think
no.
Somebody told me that, and that really is what their parents did. They're like, so we couldn't sneak any of it out of the freezer. I'm like, okay. Hello, Nicola. How are you? Nicola is watching from the UK today. I'm not able to do the Disney runs, but I have been inspired, so I'm doing a Conqueror medal, which will be, I'm sorry, I think you left out the decimal, Nicola. That says 125 miles. Did you leave out the decimal?
Go big or go home.
Was that 12.5 maybe? 125 miles. Wow. That better be a huge medal.
Well, but there are. So to that point, I mean, Disney is not the only virtual company out there that does run races. There are themed races around. I think I've seen Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I've seen Scooby-Doo. I've seen the Scooby-Doo ones.
So, you know, if you're looking for that thing to motivate you a little bit, it doesn't have to be, you know, the $200 Disney race. It can be the $100, you know, race series. You good, Travis?
He's just throwing stuff around.
But you know, it can be a much cheaper experience to still have that opportunity to do a virtual at your own pace. You know, kind of set that up and be able to do that.
Mike says we need to check Michelle's water bottle. His pear brandy was cracked open this morning.
Oh, no. Stop it.
Night Eagle says we need a hydration emoji.
Need that for
Hydrate. We'll have that one just for Naomi. She is on it to make sure that we stay hydrated. Good morning, Natina. How are you? Says enjoy your 5K. Still waiting for my medals in the mail.
They've been coming in slowly but surely since July. So
I was shocked that I got mine so early because normally we don't get them until the end of August.
Right.
So they have been coming a little earlier than normal, but normally all of them should be received by the end of the month. On our left. Yeah, it's a your mileage may vary there, Christy, and it depends on the situation. But as Calvin confirmed, he had to take alternative methods this morning.
Yep. That's where it's good to know property well enough to know, okay, I'm in my car, where's the closest park?
Welcome in, hands full, heart full. Good morning, good morning. All right, I can officially say that this is not my first time walking over here. Now you can see we're not the only ones using the running trails
But
this
I'm
morning,
amazed that we were some of the first ones out here. Some of these runners started after we did.
which is unusual because as hot as it is,
Uh-huh.
the later you get started running, the hotter it's going to be on you.
And folks, let me tell you, the humidity down here in the heat is no joke. And especially for those of you who are thinking about springtime surprise, just know that that's not a race where you're really going to want to go for a personal best unless you are accustomed to training in this weather.
I don't know, dude. The 10 miler we did, that was my PR.
That was your first 10 miles.
Yeah,
It counts. It's a PR.
it was still my personal best.
That's great.
I don't think I've ever done 10 miles that fast before.
But yeah, no, so just know what you're kind of getting into and kind of set expectations. I think that's the other big thing about this is, be reasonable with what you're expecting to do. If you're running your first marathon, don't expect to come down and necessarily qualify for Boston unless you've done other things like that before. Set good, reasonable goals for yourself so that you constantly have something to strive for and continue to push yourself a little bit. If you get frustrated when you've got that goal, okay, I want to do a 2-hour marathon, and I've never run a marathon before, and you just never quite get there.
That's kind of rough when you put something on yourself like that for the first time. You don't have anything to go off of.
Right.
Now also something to take in consideration, if you've never run a RunDisney race before, is when you do virtuals. Oh, hey, look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. When you do a virtual, you don't really usually have distractions.
Yeah.
You keep going. On a RunDisney in-person race, you're gonna come along, and all of a sudden, there's the stick guy from Pixar. And Calvin will tell you that will stop you in your tracks.
It really will.
That was pretty cool.
Because you're like, whoa, I'm stopping, but getting a picture with this guy.
Stop for that.
Yeah.
And so the characters on the course will sometimes put a challenge into your time.
Yeah.
Because you're stopping, you're getting in line for those characters. So
Well, and that's about coming down, and a lot of people say, don't expect to come to Disney and set a record or anything like that. Come down and enjoy the experience, because there are so many more of those things here than what you might have at your hometown race.
yeah,
There are those character interactions. There is that opportunity, if you're running the marathon, to ride Everest as you're going through the park.
that's cool. 12 times.
I wouldn't do that many. The balloon ladies will catch you on
Oh.
11 or 10 or 11.
Who that Dave says Walt Disney World marathons are not for personal records. Now there are some people who come and do some major serious racing.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the first corral. You're not going to want to get in their way.
No,
Uh,
no, that's-
And Now, in that idea though, us also, there's some things that need to be done. Like even now, I'm trying to get over here because I want to make sure I can. So we're talking to you guys. I can kind of put you on camera so everybody can see who's walking with us. But I'm also watching behind me to make sure that I'm not blocking the path for other runners. And the same way you do that when you're on the courses. So Travis and Michelle, you'll have to learn to, when you're ready to pass somebody, if you're running and you're passing, you pass on the left, and as soon as you go to slow back down, you need to merge back over to the right side of the path, always leaving a left lane open. It's sort of like how people should drive on I-4 but never do. Hey, squirrel friend. What's up, buddy? He's just watching us.
A unique experience.
Sorry, squirrel.
You not have with the other race courses. So, January half marathon and the Princess half marathon in February. They are the only two races to run through the Magic Kingdom here at Walt Disney World. Those particular courses, at least every year that I've run them for the last few years, the courses go out World Drive, and then they come back on World Drive to Epcot. So we start and finish at Epcot. So as you're heading out toward the Magic Kingdom on your glorious run, first thing in the morning, and you've been running for 45 minutes, and you're doing fantastic, and you're almost a quarter of the way there, you will actually see the leaders coming back and finishing 3/4 of the way, and striding like you've never seen before. And wondering, how do they do that?
I've just gotten started and they're getting ready to be done.
But it's really a cool experience because really you do feed off each other. So
Yeah.
there's actually a woman that ran Dopey a couple of years ago, and she actually finished first in all four races that make up the Dopey series. So she finished first in the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the marathon.
That's crazy.
And she still talks about the fact that having that crowd cheer her on as she was coming back on World Drive during the half marathon morning was a big push for her. You know, because it really was.
You feed
feeding
off the
each
energy.
other and getting that energy.
Well, and speaking of getting the energy on the course, something else that you guys are going to have during the Run Disney that you're not having here, cast members. The cast members and volunteers all along the course will be there to hand out water, cheer along the way. I think one of the best things that I ever had on my first 10K, when it was getting a little sketchy there toward the middle, was we came around the loop that goes up into Epcot, and Green Army men were all lined up along the little pathway, and Sarge was in the middle, and he had his megaphone, and he was like, "Let's go, soldiers! Looking good out there! Hut, 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 hut!" And I could not help but smile and laugh, and I'm like a 40-year-old dude. But here's Sarge yelling into the megaphone, and I'm just like, I'm suddenly speeding back up again, getting energized by this. So you will have that as well as something to help encourage you for the in-person races.
And you know, the cast members, Chris, they really do make a huge difference. So the path we're walking this morning, I think it was about 7 years ago, they were having the January marathon weekend event, and you had a lot of people down here for Dopey and for challenges and things like that. But they had a very severe thunderstorm that was expected to roll in Saturday morning, the same morning they would normally run the half marathon. And they actually canceled the half marathon because they did not think they could safely get folks on the course, off the course, and do all the things we need to do from a safety protocol standpoint in the lightning capital of the world. Good deal. That's safety first. That's what Disney is supposed to do. Excellent. So some people got up the next morning, and the storm actually came through a little bit earlier than expected, so they were able to get out, but there was no race to go run. The members here at POP and at Art of Animation actually supported the runners with an impromptu race course. So they actually had the runners going around Hourglass Lake like we are this morning for their 13.1 miles. They actually had an impromptu water stop set up for them, and that was all the cast members do.
It was not scheduled. It wasn't on operations or anything.
Right. So the cast members recognize the commitment that people make on being down here, not just, yes, they're paying to be down here, but they work to be down
Well, these are people who trained to do this, spent a lot of time, effort, and money in preparation to finish the races, and the race was cut short.
Yep. Yeah.
And so it was nice of them to recognize, you know what, we know you want to put your miles in, so we're going to make it happen.
Exactly.
Jamie LP3, love it. Now I can finally unbox my medals. That is awesome. I really enjoyed this company. It helped motivate me to do it.
Awesome.
That's what it was all about. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie, for letting us be a part of your summer virtual series. And when we're done today, stick around for a few minutes, and I'm going to unbox mine. I saved mine just to share with you guys. So if that's cool, we're going to fight against the smell of Mickey waffles, and we'll go in, and I'll open up my medals and we'll share them with you guys. Awesome. Scenic Walkthrough says, had our coffee and about to walk Fort Wilderness here for a few nights. I loved our Fort Wilderness walk. That's a really great trail.
Yeah.
It really is. All right, guys, 2 times around, we're at 2.56 miles. Current pace is about 18 minutes.
Good.
And I will tell you, I'm walking a little slower than I do in the parks a little bit, because there's no wait times to have to fight against.
You're not late.
Wait, it's 25 minutes for Soren. Hurry.
Go.
Good morning, Mejia family. How are you guys doing today? Welcome in, Captain Tuttle.
Hey, Chris, I just looked.
Oh, that's cool. Who Dat Dave says, I just ran the race that Calvin was describing. I did the Goofy that year.
Oh, wow.
We ran the race anyway.
Yep.
So
A lot of the virtuals are still open for the upcoming races. Glancing through this morning, the 5K for Wine and Dine is sold out, but the other distances for Wine and Dine, as well as January and February, are still open.
For virtuals?
Yep. So for those of you that are looking to do virtuals, and
Morning,
we've shared
Theo.
on the Facebook group, I'll put it back out there again. We did see the actual in-person races open up for both January and February off and on this week. We actually saw a couple of windows of time where those races actually stayed open for a few minutes.
So Pam, we are at Art of Animation and Pop Century this morning. Woo, that was a leap. That was a flying squirrel. All right, Forever Young is done. Average pace, 13 minutes. Total time for 5K this morning, 39 minutes and 48 seconds.
We're all set.
Nice. Good on you.
Is Forever Young joining us in November?
Yeah, are you guys? When are you guys going to join us for a in-person race?
Right now we will have representation not just at Wine and Dine, but Chris and I will be running the half marathon in January.
What? I thought I was doing the 10K.
Nope. That's February.
Oh, I need to figure out what this is I'm signing up for. I'm doing the half. Am I doing the half in January?
I'm not kidding. Yeah, you're doing the half in January.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
You're doing a half in November.
That's right. We're gonna see the castle. I'm gonna see the castle. I'm gonna get a castle photo this year.
That's right.
And so help me, if Calvin gets in front of me, I'm just boom. I never played football, but I watched them do a little receiver push. Yeah. Good morning, Justin. How you doing?
But I think a few members of the crew will be out for Disneyland Challenge in January as well. I'll be one of them.
He's going to be doing a coast to coaster.
Coast to coast. Yeah. Welcome back. And then Chris is doing the 10K in February.
10K in February, and then we're going to hopefully be signing up for the whole challenge, the whole 3 races for the springtime surprise this coming Tuesday. If you guys are kind of coming in a little later, springtime surprise for next spring 2024. Registration opens up this coming Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll remind you guys again. And also as a reminder, if you're planning on signing up for those races and would like to be here in person, let us know if we can help you with grabbing a room reservation. We'll put a hold on a room for you prior to Tuesday. So the room is set aside. You successfully register for the race. We can then get your deposit and make that room deposit or reservation solid. If for whatever reason you're unable to sign up, we just let that hold expire. So
Chris, let's talk about race registration for a second. I know we did a little bit of a kind of Ask Me Anything Facebook group a while back on that, but for those of you that may not have been around for that or be wondering, the registration will open typically around 10 a.m. You can get into it's almost like getting into a virtual queue for the rides here at here at Walt Disney World.
Yep.
You can get, the queue will typically open somewhere around 9:45, somewhere between 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Anybody that's in the queue before 10 o'clock just randomly gets put into an order.
that's always the thing that gets you, is that random. You can be in there first. Somehow he always gets in.
He does.
We're sitting around for 45 minutes to register, and Travis is like, I'm done. I'm like, dude, it's been 4 minutes. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. I'm like, all right. Hey,
Whatever, dude.
So you kind of get in that queue, and then you can have multiple devices open. So you can have a phone and a tablet and a computer open, and each one of those is potentially a different spot in line that you can get in before 10 o'clock. And then once 10 o'clock opens and you see what your countdown is, you say, okay, whichever one's going to get to that zero fastest, that's the one I'm going to use to register for the race.
those who are familiar with registrations knows it's all about number of devices.
Yep.
You got your phones, you got your tablets, you've got your laptops, and that's how you do it. You got to have multiple places. Christie's World, Chris, when you're done today, do you have to submit this video to Disney as proof of completion before you get your medals? For virtual series, for virtual races, it really is a matter of on your honor. You do not have to submit times to get your medals. You do not have to prove you even ran the races. So another reason why I think it's kind of important for us to do this is because what oftentimes will happen when they sign up for a race in the spring for virtual, the summer gets busy, things get going, school's out, you go on vacation, you take the kids on trips, you take them to the library, you go to all the different things, and school starts back in, and all of a sudden at the end of August you get this box in the mail that says, congratulations, here's your medals for the races that you ran, and you realize, I forgot to run them. It happens, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just life happens and you forget about it sometimes. So it doesn't require you to put times in. My medals actually arrived at the 1st of July, and I had at that point only run the first of the 3. So same thing for Travis. Travis got his early, and he's already got his race medals pictures. He already got his photos. So it is really on your honor. And that's why it's sometimes we think that it's kind of good to have these streams, because we put one in June, one in July, and one in August, just to spread them out and to encourage people to not forget about them.
And Chris, if somebody does do that and they register for a virtual series, and life happens, and they're not able to complete it on the schedule, that's okay. Just go out and do that race at your pace, on your time. But know that you've got that medal there waiting for you to be able to display as a visible reminder that you did this.
Yeah.
That you accomplished this.
That medal's for you. That medal is, if you get a chance, put your medal on, go to a park or somewhere and get what I mean park is like your local park, some place that's open and nice and green. Take a picture and remind yourself, you know what, I went out there and did this. I know I earned this medal.
It won't quite be the Disney experience where you wear your medal after the race and everybody's saying congratulations to each other.
Yeah.
You'll get the, I'm sorry, what? But that's okay. That's okay. It's just a little different experience. But that's okay.
Chris is going to be walking the same path in about 8 weeks.
Nice.
2 months. Welcome in, Creative Studio. How you doing, guys? We're at 2.98 miles. Well, Mejia family, we want to make sure that when you watch things like this, when you go to the parks, when you go to do events like this, you do this for the betterment of yourself. You do it not only for the physical improvement, for the mental improvement, and just to be a part of something. And that's why it's very important for us as our streams. We make it a part of you guys. You guys are very much a part of our crew. You are the reason that our streams are what they are. So let's not fool ourselves. I think sometimes other people tend to think that it's all about who you're watching. For me, it's about who we spend time with. So we are glad that you can come in and have some fun with us. And I say it, it's cheesy. I admit it's cheesy, but we love it when you guys leave our streams with a smile on your face from ear to ear. It's been 7 years, and I still stand behind that. So Who Dat Dave says the last race I did was with my daughter. I dressed up as the bowler hat guy, and she dressed up as Lewis.
Nice.
A forever memory. That dressing up and doing that, you can do that. Now you can do that with virtual races too, but be prepared for looks. You dress up as bowler hat guy in your local park and run around for 5K. You're gonna have somebody call security.
It honestly is funny though, because you'll be home in your community and you'll be doing a virtual. You'll be training for a Disney race, but you'll have a Disney race shirt on.
Oh yeah.
Or you may be in costume because you had to do yours virtually. Right. And you will run into other people that are doing the same thing. And the Run Disney community, we recognize each other. We know what that shirt is.
Oh yeah.
We'll
wear it about.
nod as you pass each other.
Good morning, loser dork face. How are you?
And you see those
Good morning,
shirts out
Todd.
running, leading into races. You know what they're out there likely getting ready for.
Oh yeah. Todd says, I hope you all have good footwear. My squeaky shoes. I have worn my shoes out so much. These have been great shoes, great support on my feet. I no longer have the searing pain that I had in January, February, and the 1st of March. So the best support makes a world of difference, Todd. It really does.
You need to inspect your soles there.
I for your soul. That's universal, but hey guys, 3.1 miles.
Hey, yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We just hit it. You guys
job,
did it.
everybody.
1 hour and 4 minutes. Really 5 minutes. It's 4 seconds. Minute 5. Yeah. So just over an hour, laid back, good old time. Nobody's passing out. You can still do a 5K very easily. So there we go. I'll show you guys the official. It's actually a little bit. We're 3.11.
Yep.
So.
My hand's too sweaty.
Oh, I started it up again. Whoops. Amber is the color of your energy. Oh. Sorry, little 311 joke there. So congratulations, guys, and to all those who were running with us, walking with us on the treadmill at home. We thank you guys so much for spending some time with us to do that. And for all those who have been spending their summer with us in June, July, and today for the entire summer virtual series for the Steamboat Willie, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and today's Runaway Railway. Congratulations, runners.
Good job, everybody.
You guys did it. All 3 races, the Disney 100 challenge is complete. I have a little graphic up on the screen with the 3 icons for the 3 races.
Oh, nice.
So you guys can't see that. So it's exciting to look at. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So. But no, it means something to say that, when you first heard about it, whether it's something you've done before or if this is your first time and you're like, should I do this? Can I do this? Will I do this? I want to make sure that if you guys can think back onto that and now realize that, you know what, I did do it. I can do it.
And for those that have been with us this summer, I mean, the pace you've seen us using this summer is exactly the pace we're going to be in November.
Yes.
The November 5K, the 5K races overall, they're a very laid-back way to introduce yourself to Run Disney events.
When we do our groups, it's going to be very much this pace. Now, 10Ks and halves are a little different.
They are.
But 5Ks, we would love to have you guys join us on future races if you guys are interested. But we are right now, this will be our second year doing a group 5K for Wine and Dine. So, whew, let's get on the Skyliner and ride the rest of the way. So, good morning.
I gotta do that to get back in my car. Oh my goodness.
I was going to make a joke, said the judge says we had to record it. But I thought, no. People always react funny when you say that.
I'm legally mandated to record that.
My probation officer said I had to submit it to him by noon. But there we go. 1.3 miles around the lake, a 5K. Do it 2.5 times. 10K, that will be 5 times. 5 laps around and you've got yourself a 10K.
That's right. Who knew you could do something 5 times and still get 10K out of it?
Oh, the math.
Beautiful.
Sounds like a good deal.
There we go,
Buy
Mike.
one, get one free. I mean,
Mike, you want to see if you can do the 10K next year? Come out here 5 times around. Good to go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Who that day, one of my favorite character interactions I ever had was getting to meet the bowler hat guy. He even had the cape. No capes. Oh, man. Facebook user just said done. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Congrats. Thank you, Sorcerer's Mickey. Loda Renaissance says good afternoon from South Africa. Can we do the virtual races in South Africa? Now, we get this question a lot, especially from people in Canada and the UK. Here's the thing. The virtual races, the clincher is that Run Disney will not ship virtual medals other than domestic. So you have to be in the domestic United States to have them put the medals in the mail and send them to you. I'm not sure why, but we have a lot of UK and Canadian friends who go, I'd love to do it, but they won't let me put my address in.
Yep.
So as far as actual signing up and getting the medals, it's not something you can do if you're international.
But a lot of those other virtual opportunities we talked about earlier, Chris, they do give you an international opportunity.
Right.
Or there's other local races you can do that would give you that opportunity. So don't let the Run Disney brand stop you from
Exactly.
getting out there and doing something.
That's just on the Run Disney side, and not to be worried about it from other places as well. So thank you guys. Thank you, Carrie. Pat says if you like 311, you have great taste in music. So Jill says congratulations, guys. Jill and Gabe ran their very first 5K with us last November. They know the feeling of running that first race. Gabe knew it before anybody else did. But they're going to do it with us again in November. So I have a running app that we use that measures distance and time. So it's a pretty good little app. We used it a lot for the summer virtuals that we did in 2020. So if I may ask, would you guys, if we were to find a place to sit for a bit, let me go run and grab medals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. I'm going to leave you in the hands of some capable crew members. We're going to set you guys down. We're going to drink water. we'll sit and drink some water and cool off for a second. And I want to go grab some the box, and we're going to unbox our medals and show you guys what they look like. Yes.
Did I miss something? Is that Halloween?
Yes. Welcome in, Riley. All right, so let me find an open table somewhere. All I can smell are Mickey waffles. It's wrong.
Oh, I thought we'd find it.
There's one over there I think we might be able to do. Let's stay away from the window. Let's grab this one. Because backlit means you can't see very well. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to leave you guys in with the chat. That makes me a little nervous. Especially how excited you were about that. But here, I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to go grab the medals. So thanks again, guys, for hanging out. We're not done quite yet, so hang on. And I'm going to let you guys chat with these gentlemen for a bit. And I will be back in just a moment.
Michelle's here too.
Now, you want touchscreen to put it up?
All right, we'll try to keep an eye on chat.
I'm going to put it back here. I'll pull it back a little bit. Let's see if we can
There we
pull
go,
Michelle
there we
in there as well.
There we go.
Can you reach it?
See my
Now we're
sweaty
in.
stuff?
The other thing is you can also just pull up, if you want to pull it up on yours, and you can just chat without putting comments
There we go.
on. But
Yeah.
I will be back in just a second.
There we go.
Turn this down.
This is more complicated. I'm not going to make as much fun of Chris as I used to. Come on, man. You're just walking around the parks with a camera. How hard is this? It's hard.
It's hard.
At the, so, Who Dat Dave, you mentioned the Hal Higdon schedule. That's absolutely one that some people use. So it's worth talking about. The RunDisney site actually has some generic plans that can get folks ready for all the different race distances. So that's always a good option as well. We actually customized those RunDisney plans back in, I think, June. We posted them for the Line and Dine. So if you're doing Line and Dine with us, there's a 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon training program out there for you to help get you ready for those races. And that's all around the run-walk method. You saw walk this morning, but we do support the run-walk model. I've been doing that for 10 years almost, and it's kept me on the road and injury-free to this point. So good stuff. So
Thank you, guys.
So overall, as folks, we're getting coaching from off-site folks, but I know it's hard to hear us. We also got a lot of noise around. But overall, I think we had a good morning, and I think we've had a good summer series. Travis, you've been here for all of them. Michelle, you joined us for the last one. I actually I guess I did 2 5Ks. I got my 5K in last weekend, and then did it in person today. So I get double count 5Ks. But yeah, no, it's all good. And this is something Disney does. RunDisney does typically every summer. They'll typically have a summer series. They've had Marvel. They did last summer. It was Frozen. They've done a really cool series they did a couple of years ago was the Magic Kingdom attractions. So they actually had like a medal for the teacups, for the Haunted Mansion, for Space Mountain, and I cannot remember the fourth one, but there were three 5Ks and a challenge medal that they all did that were really, really a lot of fun as well. So
Thank you, Haley.
Yeah. So yeah, no, we're doing great this morning, folks, and this is what it's about. This is about building a community of folks that support each other, that want to get out here and try something maybe for the first time, and just getting out there and putting one foot in front of the other and doing it. It is absolutely something, especially at the 5K distance. You can get out there and get it done. So it's about doing that and just making that commitment and putting the work in. You're going to see the benefits of that work here in just a few minutes when Chris brings back the medals.
Right. This today just puts a push in my butt because I've been not motivated to go out and train. So this puts a little push into it. So
There you go. And how do you feel? I mean, you just...
I feel good.
Yep.
It's good.
And you got the lovely Florida heat and humidity. It'll be much
And that's
cooler in
fine.
November.
Yes.
Travis, you're already used to this. You live down here. Why? I don't know, but you do. That's one of the things, a lot of folks don't realize. Yeah, you get the benefit of coming to Florida and you get much flatter, wet, terrain. You don't have a lot of hills and undulation, but you have heat and humidity that you may not have back at home. So it's a trade-off.
Right.
Yeah.
The smell of breakfast in here just makes
Oh
me
yeah,
hungry.
Mickey waffles.
It's not fair, you guys.
If they, a lot of times people argue if they would just take the finish line and they would have like a Mickey waffle at the finish line and just kind of blow air over it back toward the people, they would just finish a lot faster.
Exactly.
Look to get in there.
Tony, I'm not a local, but I live in Virginia. But I'm just here on vacation and just wanted to support the group. So I just came and helped out today.
Yep. But the RunDisney makes it easy, folks. I mean, I will tell you, you get down here and you saw us this morning. We had to move to the right because you had vehicles coming down the path and things like that. You don't have that problem with the RunDisney race. That race course is locked in for the participants, and you don't have to dodge and move or duck and weave. And if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Hi, Chris.
Hey, people are trying to have breakfast. Can you guys take this streaming YouTube stuff outside?
We can do that. Run, Chris. I'll throw it to you. So Chris is back with medals. We'll let him hydrate first. Yeah.
I mean, this is a cool box.
Yeah.
It's like one of those boxes you don't want to actually throw away. This is the start of a hoarder.
Don't talk about not throwing the box away. I won't be allowed to bring another box in the house.
I mean, this is a cool box. So, all right, let's see how we can. Here, if I may, I'm going to pull this out just a bit.
Yeah. You're set up.
And can I slip in between you guys and I'll use this corner right here? Right here. I need a wide angle camera. Where'd everybody go? There's Michelle.
My shoulder.
There we go. All right. Now, this is our box. This is a really cool box for those who have signed up and already gotten this. And it's it's a nice display.
Yeah.
Almost like if you don't tear it up, you can just set it up on the shelf and display it somewhere. On display.
Yeah.
So this year's virtual series is, I think, ironically, is sponsored by Marathon. I mean, I know that's gas, but still. So it says at the top, RunDisney Virtual Series celebrating Disney 100, featuring Mickey through the years. Thanks to our sponsor, Marathon. And of course, it's got a little thank you letter in here from the Vice President of RunDisney, Farron D. Kelly. I think it's funny. It says, thanks for being part of our community and part of the magic. Be sure to visit RunDisney.com to find out about upcoming in-person events. Now, can I get an oh boy?
Oh boy, ran all those miles.
All right, and So one for each of the 3 5Ks. And then if you did all 3 of them, you get the challenge. So there is a challenge medal, which has a little bit of surprise to it. So what do we do first? Steamboat Willie. You actually have to break this a little bit, I think.
No.
You can pull it out and grab it the other way. Now, there we go.
I just ripped mine. Oh, give me the medal.
That's mine last year.
I would have just pulled like broken into the spot. Alright, here's the first one, Steamboat Willie. Now, sometimes people will ask if you do a virtual race, do you get the same medals as if you do an in-person race? Of course, there were no in-person races this summer. Everything's virtual. But if you're doing a virtual race for the other races at Disney, do you get the same medals? Typically, the medals are exactly the same. The difference is your lanyard. The lanyards will typically have a different lanyard on it. Let's say virtual. This one says virtual 5K, Run Disney 2023. And closer to you guys. A spinner with the steamboat on it. I can't see the chat, so you guys might have to help me out a little bit.
So Tony had asked about what's the cost of doing this summer series. It was about $160, and believe it or not, the challenge that we're showing you right now is still available. You can still get the challenge series right now. Yep, it's still out there. So if what you're seeing right now with these medals is something that motivates you to want to go out and do 5 3K or 3 5Ks, then you still have an opportunity to do that. Don't feel like you missed out. You got a chance.
Alright, let's go to number 2. I know the secret now. I think Travis is just going to slip it out. Now, the one thing about this series, not necessarily always the case, all the medals are the same shape, the same designs. Except for the challenge medal, it's a little different. We'll show you that in just a second. So this is the second race. This is the one we ran in July. Again,
Sorcerer Mickey, right? Yeah. Nice.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Sorry, yes, sorry.
Let's be Sorcerer's Apprentice. And of course, you've got your broom on the back. You do one on the back as well. Very shiny. Doesn't like to be shiny. Alright. You'll notice the theme here. Where to go? Runaway here. I'm trying not to break it for now. I'm sure I'll break it later. But next one. Like I say, I've not opened these. This is the first time I've had these out. This is the one we did today. So, Runaway Railway.
A little bit of Mickey and Minnie action on that one.
I know. Yeah. She gets a little, some shine there as well. Now, all of these are different animation styles of Mickey throughout the years. So, you know, as the art style changed, that was sort of the feature this year, is that it's Mickey throughout the years. And then when you run all 3 races and you do the challenge, so if you were to run an individual race, it would be around, what, $40 or so?
At home, yeah.
For virtual.
Yeah.
But so if you sign up for each of the individual races, it would still cost you a pretty penny to get just the 3. So if you're going to do the 3 anyway,
Yep.
you can go ahead and sign up for the challenge. And the challenge gains you the challenge medal, which means that you get all of them. And this is our challenge medal, and it is very different. I'll show you guys in just a second. Got the Disney 100 outfits on for Mickey and Minnie.
Yep.
The difference between this and the other medals, and I don't know if I've seen them do this before. Trying not to scratch it. It comes off as a magnet for you to place on a walker, your refrigerator. Do not put it on your car.
No.
What?
Don't put it on your car. Unless you might as well just give it to somebody else. Here, you take this. But it does come off as a metal for a magnet. And then you're like, well, what do you do with this? Now it just looks plain. They printed it on the back. So if you have a metal holder or a display, you can simply turn the metal around and you now have a magnet and a metal for display.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever seen them do that before.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him do a removable piece to a metal. We've also not seen him do a light-up piece to a metal, but we're apparently going to get that for the first time actually in November with the Figment Challenge metal. That lights up.
Figment lights up. I forgot about that.
And then also, I believe the Seven Dwarf doping metal lights up for January, if I'm not mistaken. Based on the reveal they did the last couple of weeks.
Batteries are at $125.
No, they're self-charging. You got to go actually run to charge them.
They're solar panels.
It's like those self-winding watches. It's got a little mechanic in there that when you move it, it charges.
Now, the last piece here, you did the challenge. I don't remember when I signed up for this. This was something that was on there. I just forgot about it. But they actually produced, and you can do this at regular in-person races. You can get trading pins. This one included a trading pin that is of the challenge medal. You can add it to your trading pin collection. So, 4 medals, a trading pin, and technically a magnet too. You know, we know how us Disney fans are about magnets. I'm going to have to go in and get some photos sometime in the future to commemorate being able to say that we did it, we ran it, and you guys did it with me, so thank you guys so much for that. A nice little setup. I am shocked that I kept this closed since July.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I didn't even open the cardboard box until late last night.
You kept it completely sealed?
I kept it sealed so I wouldn't be tempted. I don't know how. I'm getting better. I'm getting more mature. I don't know if that's the right word.
Susan, we'll talk later about the maturity level.
Yes. Now I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer just so I can make sure I can catch up with chat here. Treat. Welcome in, Pickle Shake. We didn't even run that hard, but I'm still a little sweaty. This is why they don't run Disney races in the summertime.
Right.
Welcome in, Scott. I think it's a really cool thing when you can set it up as a display. Again, you can do it to try to impress others. It's really, in my mindset, it's a way to remind yourself of what you've done. It's a way to say, I did this, we enjoyed it, and I can do it again. Greg says that pin looks really cool, and like I said, I forgot about it, so it's sort of like a surprise. Tony, we should all get medals for watching all 3 virtual rides.
That's a good one. I love that.
Oh, I'll have to come up with a design. We'll have to do something like that. That would be kind of fun.
Emoji. A metal emoji.
There we go. We'll throw in a metal emoji for Monday. How about that?
Liberty Owen, Caleb, get on that.
Yeah, start working on that right now.
Go down to the art department.
The art department. Oh, that's awesome. So, Randy says that's how it should be done. Never open up until you completed your races. I remember getting in trouble for wearing one of my race shirts before I ran the race. And they're like, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was bad luck. So remember, Travis, when you get there in November, don't put your race shirt on. Don't put your race shirt on until after you ran it. You can run it. You can wear your race shirt on Friday. Don't wear it on Expo Day. We'll remind you guys about that. So, Michelle, have you actually been to an expo before?
I have not. to be my first time.
We're gonna have fun. You're gonna come and expo with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I'll go as a group and spend tons and tons of time.
And money.
I was trying to stay away from that,
I mean, what?
but
No.
we'll see. I think you and Mike can get matching running shirts.
We'll see about that.
And the great thing is that the women's always cost more than the men's because they're sexist. I think it's wrong. I don't
Less material, of course they cost more.
They look better and they feel better. Plus they cost better, you know. Only reason I know that's because Calvin told me they felt better. So looking forward to hanging out with you guys in November and doing that whole experience. We're going to make a big deal about it. And if you guys are going to be with us in November as part of our group or anything like that, we will be putting more information out. We'll tell you guys how to kind of sign up to be on the official list.
Yep.
We'll have a meetup schedule. We'll just have a grand old time with it. Looking forward to it. And if you're running with us in the 5K, be prepared. We're going to be announcing our theming for our costume very soon. If you want to participate, if you want to dress up and participate, we'll let you know. It's not required, but it would be a lot of fun.
I mean, not everybody has a medieval suit of armor to be able to wear. I understand. Did I say too much?
Yes. Let's just put it this way. Since we're such on low funds and we don't have a lot of money, it's going to involve orange traffic cones.
Again?
That was
Like
awesome,
you
you
burned
guys.
those
That was awesome.
An effigy. So thank you so much, Christy, for hanging out with us today. And guys, thank you to everybody for just being a part of June, July, and August's run. We understand that some of you were doing it for motivation. Others are just coming in to be a part of the group to say, way to go for everybody else. So we appreciate you guys coming in and being a part of it. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be back again on Monday, guys, for our full week schedule. But next week on Wednesday, Susan and I will be boarding the Scarlet Lady for Virgin Voyages. So it's going to be a little different schedule. So look for that information to come out on Sunday. We will still be having live streams Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then they will not necessarily be from the parks. And they may not necessarily be the best of quality until we find out what kind of Wi-Fi we're going to have. But we're still going to hang out with you guys, and we're still going to have some good information. So looking forward to hanging out with you guys next week as well. As always, a couple of reminders. First of all, again, congratulations to everybody who ran this. Looking good, Calvin. For everybody who ran in the virtual series this summer, enjoy your medals, get some pictures with them, and display them proudly so that everyone who comes into the house and goes, "What are these?" You can tell them why you have them. So congratulations
Mom, I'm
on
on a
that.
stream!
And second, we're going to be doing the springtime surprise on Tuesday. Sign up Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll remind you guys Monday and Tuesday on our streams as well for all of you runners. And also, if you are signing up and are going to be doing the in-person races next spring, if you need a room here on property to stay in, reach out to us today, guys. Let's put a hold on a room for you guys so that when you successfully register for the race, you'll already have a room set aside for you. So just let us know how we can help you guys out with that. Send us an email today, susanedwards@travelmation.net. Copy me at chrisedwards@travelmation.net. Let us know where you want to stay and how many will be in your room. If you have anybody under the age of 18, tell us their ages. We'll get you a quote. We'll put a hold on it. No deposits required when you successfully register on Tuesday. Get back in touch with us, put the deposit down. Your room is ready for you. So let us know if we can help you guys out with that. And finally, thank you to Travis.
Good job, buddy.
And Michelle for hanging out with us today. No thanks to Mike, who stood back and drank his pear brandy. No, but thank you to everybody who supports us, whether virtually as we're running or just being a part of our community. And if you're brand new to this channel, guys, we'd love for you guys to be a part of it. Don't walk away today without taking a couple of seconds and just hitting that subscribe button. We would love to have you guys be a part of what we do and how we do it. And moving forward, if you would like to have more information about RunDisney or to be a part of our running group, just reach out and let us know. You can send us an email at the email addresses we sent you before, or if you'd like, you can go over and check out our running group over on Facebook. We'd love for you guys to reach out and jump into that as well. It is the Ear to Ear Magic Run Disney Support Facebook group. You can just run in and get that Ear to Ear Magic Run Disney, and come join our group. It's a way of supporting others and making sure that you have what you need in order to successfully be a part of Run Disney and not have to do it by yourself. So,
And we will have a couple of things coming up in that group around getting ready for November. What do you need to bring? What do you need to expect? As well as what to expect during the actual race weekend. So we'll probably have a couple of things.
we'll give you some ideas. If you're running your first races, we'll tell you what you need to bring, what to expect, so you won't have any surprises when you hit the race course.
Right.
So we'll have some more information up on that on our Facebook group here. And every once in a while, if anything new comes out, Calvin's really good because I'm streaming. Calvin's in there throwing in medal pictures, medal announcements, and stuff like that. So whenever those come up, we'll have those in there for you guys to check out as well. So guys, thank you so much for all you guys do to support us here at Ear to Ear Magic. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for running with us today. And maybe I can have some support from everybody here. But we can't wait to see you guys in the parks. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great Saturday.